Big Mum is the new yellow deck straight out of OP17. This deck is designed to be as toxic as possible. Her lead effect, when you attack, you get to trash one card, and then your opponent either has to trash a random card from their hand, or allow you to trash one more, and then you get a heal to the top of your deck. Naturally, this deck is going to have a ton of lives and has a ton of triggers to boot. The majority of the Charlotte family are 4-cost bodies that say trigger play this card. They also have your turn on play effects for the most part. This ties in with our overarching strategy of bunkering up, getting to 10, and playing this new 10 mum card, which is able to buff all of your 4,000 power trigger cards, 8,000 power in your turn, whilst drawing a card and either getting a heal or burning one of your opponent's lives to their hand. This gives you an insane amount of pressure if you are able to develop a body of 4K bodies, go to 10 Don, and then play that Big Mum. You can burn a life for that. You're threatening 4 8s and 5 from your leader, and that puts a serious amount of pressure on your opponent. 8k is also just a very, very good stat line at the minute. It hits over Newgate if he's been buffed to 8,000 power. It hits over Rox's on board effects like the 6-cost Newgate, demanding that he give you 2 cards minimum, which is always good value. And into any 5,000 power leader demanding 2 2ks is really strong, especially when you're able to do that 3-4 times in a turn. Now, the weaknesses of this deck, I think, are decks that are able to remove your board, either by hard removal, or by resting and then attacking your bodies. Green Shanks, in particular, is able to be quite controlling over your board. Decks that generate a lot of big blockers and resources as well can be difficult. Black Luffy has a number of tools that are pretty annoying. The Loki blocker is able to remove one of your early game plays to slow you down, whilst developing a blocker that you basically can't interact with. And then later on, he can either use his 1-cost event to remove 2 things, or is able to generate value with 8-cost Luffys. That matchup I have found reasonably difficult. By contrast, your strengths are that you force your opponent to make a lot of difficult decisions. Whether they're going to let you heal and whether they're going to starve or not starve. Starving can work sometimes, but sometimes you just end up at like 10 lives. And they're going to have to hit you at some point, eventually. And then once they do, you trigger out those bodies, and like, do they stop? Do they clear board and then let you sit at like 8 lives? It's a really hard balance to find when you can and can't starve this deck. You also just have probably the most healing of any deck ever? Question mark. Radio the Salad might have something to say about that, but your healing, you can drag games out forever and put yourself in positions where your opponent physically cannot go for lethal, but if they attack you, you're presenting lethal through your triggers. Now, this is the list that I've been playing. Of course, this is not going to be perfect. I've played maybe a dozen games of this deck at this point, and I'm not confident with these cards still, but this is what I've been playing with currently. Our curve, I generally prefer second. On 2, you don't have much. You have Straws and he's top 3. This Big Mum being the prime target that you really want to see, because whiffing this sucks. Whiffing this on 10 really, really sucks. On 4, the best thing you can be doing is Charlotte Pudding. You get to trash 1 and draw 3. Nice for your value, go positive in hand advantage. Alongside her, you can also play Oven, who's a bit of removal protection. Derashi, which also goes positive in hand advantage, whilst letting you sort of curate your next couple of turns. Looking for things like 10-cost Teach and maybe 6-cost Katakuri. If you don't have either of these, you can play a Daifuku. He's a 3/4/2k with trigger. It's fine. All the triggers, by the way, on all of them except Pudding, all the Big Mum Pirates cards, just say play this card. You get to play Oven, play Katakuri, play Commanders, play Peros Pero, but do note that all of their on-plays are your turn only, so you won't get any crazy effects. On 6, my favourite thing to do is Katakuri. You get a life for free, you don't have to rest 2 Don. The power down on 6 isn't usually too relevant, but it can be if your opponent's played something on 3 that they've then attacked with. You can reduce that and then clear. If you don't have Katakuri, you could do a combination of 3 costs, or you could play Charlotte Cracker. A lot of these Big Mum Pirates make you rest 2 Don, so this effectively is a 5 cost, but then you just get a heal. It's fine. Moving on to 8, my favourite thing to do is Teach. I really do like playing Teach on 8. It's nice to generate that body that's a lot harder for your opponent to deal with, and also curate that top life. Be that a trigger that you need just to have an extra body on the board, or you can put Big Mum there if you haven't found her yet, and hope your opponent attacks you, so that you can get her. But yeah, Teach is very good, and his trigger's ridiculous. This trigger can just win you so many games. It's crazy. and you're very likely to see one given how many life we're cycling through with this deck. But if you don't have Teach, you could play the 3 Sweet Commanders. This costs 8 effectively. You get a draw, you get a heal, and you get 2 lots of power down. It's like a mega Katakuri. 2 Katakuris in a trench coat. Or 3, I suppose. Yeah, good card. If you need to clear board, this is the best thing you can be doing. It doesn't matter if you swing with all your weenies, if your opponent doesn't have a board left to swing back into them. And don't forget that Oven can swing basically unpenalized. The final thing you can do on 8 is Pero. This double develops and then has Rush. The Rush isn't very relevant on 8, but it is quite relevant after you play Big Mum. Because you do want to play Big Mum on 10 every time. I find myself burning their life more than healing, but there will be scenarios where you need to heal if your opponent's been very, very aggressive, or you're playing into just a very aggressive deck, like GU Luffy, for example. You may well want the heal. After your 10 on turn, your sort of options open up a lot more. You can, of course, play more 10 mums or more teachers to just lengthen the game and develop more big bodies, or you can play a Pero, and at this point, Pero's Rush becomes relevant because he'll be an 8k swinger who develops another thing. And the best thing, in my opinion, is Katakuri, but the commanders are also quite powerful. As long as you can then rest those dons, and then you've got the option of clearing board. That is what's going to work out best in the scenario. In terms of the other cards in there, I can play 3 Zeus. It's a 2k that can pop some 5s. It's fine. It's Big Mum Pirates. You can grab it off Stroizen or Pudding Trigger. I think you could probably play other 2ks in this slot, but blowing up blockers is relevant. Blowing up 5 costs like Smoker to stop the banish is quite strong. And yeah, just blowing up things like Captain John as well at the end of the game against a Rocks player. It can make your lethals much easier. 2 copies of there's still a Code of Honor, you clowns. Sometimes I feel like a clown when I misplay with this deck. But it can give your leader unblockable, and it's a 4k for one of your linlin cards. It's fine. Mazer Saber is probably the worst card in the deck. The trigger is very, very funny. You can read it yourself. The trigger is like insane when it happens, but other than that, it is just sort of a guard point for your leader. So I'm not sure if this card will make the cut in the end. We'll talk more about some other options at the end. Here's a couple games with linlin. But first, thank you to Sleeve Chief for sponsoring this video. If you are interested in picking up anything on Sleeve Chief, I'd wait a couple of weeks, because later this month, on the 16th of August, they've got a huge sale of up to 70% off certain products, 2 new lines coming out, as well as a whole bunch of restocks of some fan favourite design. If you want to buy beforehand, I'm not going to stop you. Use code Marine for 5% off. Thank you to Sleeve Chief for sponsoring this video. We're into Rocks. He's taken 2nd, shockingly. We do have Derashi. We don't really have anything else, so I'm just going to mulligan. Incredible work. This is completely unplayable. Holy man. Well, 8 leader. Heal or trash, sir? I don't know what's better for them. Obviously, they draw a lot of cards. But he's going to let me heal in this situation. I'm going to give him these 2 Mazer Sabers. This hand is dreadful. But we'll see. We'll see whether he chooses to sort of attack us or not. A lot of people were theorizing that starving into linlin's going to be the way. I'm not sure just yet. That's a nice target to Zeus, though. Yeah, we'll take. As your... Yeah. I guess actually for this leader, they can't starve, right? Because it's a when attacking. Yeah. Trashes Wang Ji to reveal Stussy. That's fine. We'll take. That's not a bad 7 Don play. I'm just going to get him down. This guy is immune to Gloriosa, which is quite nice. Yeah, I am going to deploy this, use the card action, take the life, just get rid of this. We don't get to develop the oven, but that is fine. I'm just going to swing 5. We'll... Next turn, we can Pero into oven, which is quite cool. Don't really have anything I want to trash, honestly. We're a little low on cards. Little low. New gates. Yeah, we're still missing a lot of things as well. We don't have Big Mum. We don't have 8-cost Teach. Trashes a Shiki. We'll just take. No effect. We'll just play that this turn. That's kind of perfect. Yep, it's good enough. Attack here. Toss the oven. We've got a trash. Oh. Can double develop. I might just toss a Zeus here. And then we're going to Katakuri. Oh, sorry. We're going to Parasparo Katakuri. Then we're going to pass. We probably don't need to double develop. We can maybe try and take out this new gate. It's going to be easier said than done, but... 8 Don. I mean, you can Shiki, but it doesn't do anything. Like, it can't attack. We don't have Big Mum, which is annoying. Another new gate's good. I think the new gates are very, very strong. So we don't have a way to get rid of them reliably. Yep, then we'll take both swings. Might not trigger, though. We'll see. Trashes Gloriosa, reveals Don Marlon. Yep, sure. We can do one trigger. Yeah. I'm gonna go no. Actually, okay, he doesn't tap it. That's actually quite smart. In which case, there's not a lot doing. Because I don't have Tenmum, which is gonna be a problem. Toss Cracker. Okay. What's this? Playing Borsalino. I hate this. I hate this. This is disrespectful to the leader. You whiff, you're so upset about it, but hey, it is an extra 2k, so can't hate too much. Am I going to swing anything? These are these fucking new gate effects. You can just trash one brick. It's pointless. It's pointless swinging anything. We need to see Mum, and we don't have it. We're just relying on drawing it off life or draw at this point. It is what it is. We had a pretty terrible start to this game. Might just be a lose. And we're on worse curve as well. He doesn't have rocks, though. Okay, maybe I'll take it all back. If he doesn't have rocks, that's pretty crazy. Maybe we're both going to whiff top end, man. Bot decks with Troys. Do reveal. 5 Mum. Okay. Does trash with new gate. Yeah, well, we're not countering. Yes, please. Give me the Mum. Thank fuck for that. Shout out Pudding. What a trigger. Shout outs. You draw 2. I'm trashing. There's just going to be 2 bricks anyway. Although if he's playing this Borsalino, maybe it's not 2 bricks. Maybe it's not. Don Marlon, grabs back, rocks Pirates. Does anything swing? No. Okay. We're just going for pressure here. 100%. We'll replace the Zeus. Draw 1. We draw a Teach. That's a good trash target. You take a life. And then we'll go 5 leader. Trash a Teach. He lets us heal. We'll trash a 3 commanders. Go back to 6. He can't kill us. Well, we didn't whiff our top end in the end. He did, which is quite unfortunate. This Stroizen would basically be a 10-12, although even with 6 swings, he can't kill us. So he'd had to tap the new gates, at which point we'd probably try and farm the new gates a little bit here. That was the Linlin effect. He's got to give us 2 cards for each. It's too good to not swing. It's too good to not swing. And we've got Rush next turn, Perils Pro as well, which is strong. 8. He needs to have a number of 2Ks. Okay, he does. He has a Rocks Pirates there. I don't want his fucking Borsalinos. Yeah, I mean, just keep going. Just keep going. Newgate Effect does not do it for one card. You need to have an actual counter card alongside Newgate Effect. Takes that one. How many 2Ks is this he's gone through? Takes that one. I mean, you have to... You just die if you can't. You can double Newgate here, though, at the very least, though. Maybe I could have left this up, actually, because he can double Newgate. Yeah, I should have left this up. That's a misplay there. That is a misplay. Good to know. How many 2Ks has he gone through? One event. I feel like he's used more than that. Oh, Don Marlon. Of course. 1 event and 2 Borsalinos. Yes. Yeah, I should have left this Katakuri up. That's my mistake. Hands up. We'd have one more swing next turn. It was pointless because of the Newgates. It's also pointless defending this from Don because he can just swing the leader into it for 8 with Newgate Effect. If he has 3-cost Stussy here, that's kind of what he needs. He needs to play that for 6 to deny the Big Mum. And he also needs us to not get a trigger here. So I'm going to do my best to get a trigger. We can just swing 15, but it feels bad. It does not feel optimal. Come on, bruh. Decide on the Newgate. I don't think... I mean, you can. It's... No, you probably shouldn't. Maybe if he has another one. I don't know. I'm gonna gamble. 3 for Stussy. 3 for Stussy Effect. Freeze the Linlin. Had to have that. 3 for... Or 4 for a blocker would be pretty reasonable as well, actually. 4 for like a Kaido here. Or Captain John. Either of those would be quite reasonable. Three for Don. 3 for Don. Yours Rocks Pirates. Well, now it doesn't matter that he hasn't got the 10 cost. We need to keep the Zeus as an option. Don't think I'm leader affecting this turn because he'll just trash 1. 15 leader is so unlikely. He can go to 8, he can go to 11. We need to clear the Stussy. So I think what we're doing here is Peros, Pero, Katakuri. Go to 5. I kind of need to be at 6. I do kind of need to be at 6. Although I was thinking, oh, do we Zeus? I guess if we kill the Stussy, we don't need to be at 6. The Stussy's got to go. Otherwise, we're never going to break through. I don't think I'm playing or swinging with the Peros Pero. If we swing 11, it will get 1 2K. It's just not... Well, no, it won't even because of Linlin Effect. It's not worth it. We'll just swing 5 here, no effect. If he wants to give me 2 2Ks, then I'll tap the Peros Pero. Yeah, I should have had one more swing. That was my bad. Although I think it would have been... It was the Katakuri, so it would have been stunned anyway. By the Stussy, because the Stussy did stun nothing with her on play. Yep, and that's just a pass. We've got the Zeus. If he decides to do Captain John shenaniganry, we can just pop it. He'd have to have Cure alongside that. Stussy stuns the Kata. Can tap and stun the Linlin. Then Fordon... I think we go for it this turn. Maybe. We'll see, we'll see. 5? Yeah, I mean... If we get enough triggers, we just win, right? We literally just win if we get enough triggers, so... Another Stussy. There's another Stussy, isn't it? It's on my fucking oven. I know it is. Played over Don Marlon. I guess it could be another Don Marlon, but there's no zero costs in it left, is there? Yeah, there's no zero costs, bro. You just have stood up your Don Marlon for no reason. Yeah, this feels inevitable. This feels inevitable. I'm going to gamble on this being a trigger for sure. Shows us linlin. He's probably got a little counter in his life, though. I will say that. Oh. Yeah, let's get rid of the linlin. That's 1k less counter he has now, which is pretty good. It's not as good as a trigger body, I don't think. This is fine. So what's the split? 8, 11, 1, 2, 8, 11, 12 is pretty good. 8 is this plus the 2k we know he has. 11 is this plus 2 2ks, that's 3 2ks. And then 12, he'd have to have 4 2ks. 7, 9, 11, 13. He'd have to have 7 2ks in hand. He doesn't have it. There's no way. 8 leader. But in fact, we go 11. We never go 12. We go 8, 11, 11. And we can leave 1 non-open for this, just in case. Okay, well, he uses 2 2ks on that. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. 11 with oven. You use 2 Nougates and a 2k. There's a Nougate. There's a Nougate. There's a 2k. Now we swing 11. Yes, we have 2k, 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 2k. 4 2ks in a 6-card hand. It's possible. It is possible. But I just think it's worth it. Can also go 8-5, but that's simply worse. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of guys next turn anyway. I will toss this. Yeah, because we can heal and then just take ourselves out of any amount of danger. Gonna toss the first row. See if he has it. Okay, Rocks Pirates, go to 7. Rocks. Rocks. Okay, he did have it. Well, you'll go. He did have it, for all it's worth. That is a lot of counter gone, though. All 4 10 costs. And 4 events, and 2 random fucking Borsalinos that we were playing for some reason. Shiki. Okay, we have to play board, though, it seems. I don't know if he's going to be able to stun this Katakuri. Or not. Depends if he has another Stussy in hand. But I think we just win with our leader swing. Oh, we get to play something out of this. I completely forgot. I don't need to trash this, but I mean, we can. Do I need unblockable with 3? He could play Borsalino. Yeah, I'm going to not do that. Change my mind. Just in case this is a Borsal... Oh, no, it was the 3 for Stussy. Of course it was. It doesn't matter. This is inevitable. Rocks, you will die. You cannot live forever. What did you reveal? Stroizen. That's not going to be what he wanted. Oh, cool. The trigger. Oh, cool. The trigger. Oh, that one's not a trigger. So unlucky, bro. So unlucky, bro. GG's. Well played to our opponent. Yeah. I've played this a number of times. He did whiff rocks on curve. Which does kind of suck. That is quite unfortunate. We top let the linlin, didn't we? When I was the pudding trigger. Got us the linlin. Yeah. Yeah, he did whiff the rocks. But it happens. It happens. It can happen to the best of us. And it would have only been one more Tengos character. And it was one of them where we had so much shit that, like, as soon as we tap it all, he has to clear it. But then sometimes we just don't tap it. And if we do tap it and, like, healed in the same turn, it's like you have to clear it. So you spend all those swings going into the board and don't pressure life. And then we get more triggers when you eventually do pressure life. It's so weird. I'm sure there was a few mistakes, but I know I made a mistake attacking that Katakuri. That was probably just a grief. But yeah, well played to our opponent. That was an interesting game. Gonna go into Luffy. Now, I've tested this matchup quite a lot on Unranked, and I've never been able to choose second. And it's always felt really bad, because he gets to go second, and he goes 2-drop on 2, into Saul on 4, into Loki on 6, remove one of my dudes, and then spams that Luffy, and it felt incredibly hard to break through. So I'm quite interested to see how different it feels when we're going second. We do have a Stroisen's fine. We have a Pudding, which is always very good. I think I'll keep just because I like the Pudding. I like the Pudding a lot. And I'll play the Stroisen looking for... We're looking for a 6 and we're looking for a 10. This is... A second Pudding would be fine on 6. Let's just go with the Stroisen first. Just take the Big Mum. Put the Big Mum in the bag. Then pass. Now, we do have 8 Don plays. We can go... yeah, I'm going to take aggressively. We'll just use the trigger on that. Just get rid of it. And then 3 Don, some kind of 2-drop. Yep. Usopp. Indeed. Frankie is not very good into us. And then Nami, probably toss the Frankie, yeah. To draw some cards. This is okay on 8. If he has a relevant board, this could be a nice play, but it's a little weird. Let's go with the Pudding. I'm going to toss the Oven. I don't think we're ever playing that. No. You're okay. Nothing here too spectacular. Go 6 with Leader. I'm going to toss the Pudding might be what I play next turn. Because we could go Pudding and then maybe put some Dons on something. I'd prefer Katakuri, but we don't have it. We might need the Cracker, though. I'm going to toss one of the Commanders and see what he does. A lot of the time, they just trash random things from their hands because they can generate so much value. Yeah, he trashes a Gerd. Or we randomly trash a Gerd. To be precise. 5. Now, the most this is swinging for is 6. I think I'm countering with a Daifuku anyway. We're probably going to have to play Cracker here. So maybe we can trash the Pudding. And we're going to have to heal this turn with Cracker, I think. Nami trashes Robin, looking for Saul. I mean, if he doesn't get Saul, that's amazing, but they always get it. They always get the Saul. Yeah, let's just take this one. No trigger. It's not... Yeah, I preferred that in life, huh? That in life would have been pretty good. So we'll go 6 and then just play the Cracker. That's all we have. Next turn we can do the 3 Commanders, or we can double develop with Perospero. Yep. We'll trash our Mesa Saber. We're also going to need to see some trigger bodies, you know? Oh, he's waiting for us. I hate that it doesn't pop up or anything. I never know. I never know. Let's toss one of these. Here we get the heal. We'll heal back to 5. Yeah, he counters. Pass. I'll take one. Oh, this is very good. Get rid of the Saul is very, very good there. That's a lovely trigger. Also would have been a good play for next turn. Could have chosen to keep it, but I think we've got good enough other plays. With the Perospero and the Commanders. Well, this is a Loki if ever I've seen one. We're going to heal next turn. Let's just get another body out. We need these bodies. Yep, Loki kills one of them. Oh, he gets to kill the Search as well. That's actually kind of relevant. You know? It's annoying I don't have a Katakuri. If we had that, we could do Perospero into Katakuri. I think here we just have to Sweet Commanders. Go 5-2. Trash a Cracker. He's choosing to trash. He should rest the Loki here. Forced us to swing something else. Yep. I will kill the Usopp though. I will kill it, I think. And yeah, now he gets to play the Luffy, and I have been just finding this matchup very difficult because he's able to summon back blockers every turn with either the Gerd, who is here, or the Rodo. Luffy can bring back both of those. So he gets a blocker, he gets a rush, he gets a draw. And if this Loki kind of has to just stay standing, but yeah, I've been finding that I don't have enough pressure to break through him because of the amount of cards he's just able to generate. I've not had a game where they've whiffed anything either. I've never seen them whiff either Loki or Saul. If they whiff one of those, it's probably a different matchup, but yeah, we're going to have to take. I'll use the trigger though. If we can get enough, if we can get one more trigger here off the 8 cost, we can linlin and then have quite a lot of pressure, to be fair, because he's only going to have max 1 blocker. Which is quite good for us. Okay, it's just another Loki. I mean, that's still pretty good. Kills our Cracker. And a Brook. Also pretty good. Let's go to this. I think we have to gain. I have very little pressure here, right? If we make him take, we can go 5. I don't want to swing with these, to be honest. With only having 2 on the board is rough. Double Loki. Maybe I could have double developed, but maybe I should have just double developed last turn, but we wouldn't have been able to heal. Because it didn't have the Kata. I think we need to go longer. Swing with Mum. Next turn, Perospero into Stroism is looking pretty good. I need to keep this unblockable. Let's just toss this Daifuku. He lets us heal. Okay, we'll toss a Zeus to heal. And he's going to give us a 1k here. Yeah. Just pass. I'm not... If he has the event that kills 2, though, that's another thing that's really, really powerful into us. Is the event that pops 2 units. They have a lot of very good tools for the matchup. We don't deal with blockers very well. Yeah, I guess we're taking. These are also just not triggers. Also just getting a little unlucky with the triggers, I do think. Which is what it is. It's the nature of yellow, but... Yeah, still feels kind of unfortunate. Good, that's what I mean. Here's the little blocker. Can trash Saul to grab back a 2k as well, which is good. Assume we grab back a 2k here. Can I grab back Gerd? No. Grabs a Rodo. Yeah, I can't defend this. He swings out. It's impossible to win. I don't have 2 2Ks anyway. We'll trigger that. Okay. Well, we need to leave these Don open. We're gonna double develop here. It's not too bad. We're gonna have 2 Don open for our counter events. We're gonna heal to 2. We probably need to take out the Luffy at least. But that's okay. We also need to apply a good amount of pressure. We can remove one of these Lokis. I wonder if 13 clears one. I feel like it might, actually. Go 5 into Brook. This is a blocker. No, it doesn't, because this is a blocker, so we can't swing here. Unless I want to reduce a Loki. What did he take back to about Rodo? We do have 8, 8, 8, 12. If we reduce this, 12 clears the blocker. You have to counter 3 8s, but it's very likely you can do that. So it's not worth it. We'll clear the Luffy and then push it face. Yeah. I'll probably swing 5 into the Brook as well. See what he wants to do on that. Just start swinging into the Luffy. Trash a mum. If he lets us heal, we'll trash an oven. Which he kind of has to. I think. Maybe not. Not sure. Okay, he decides to let something go. Oh, I will kill it. How much do I want to kill a Brook? If we go swing, 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 he can always still block one, but he'll go down to 2's like not that relevant. I think we will kill the Brook, because these Lokis like maybe won't swing. I can swing into the Loki and then force the blocker to go down as well. Which really starves him of cards. And we know one of them is a Rodo. He hasn't given us that yet. What did he give us? He gave us the Frankie, yeah. I think I'm going to force the blocker to block. Probably should have attacked with it. Probably should have attacked with it. I never know, man. I'm so ass at knowing when to and when not to attack some of these characters, but because we cleared the board, we probably can attack there. If these attack, yeah, they can only clear. He could clear all 3 though if he taps all the Lokis, and he kind of can. Okay, so what's the split if he goes for it? This is 8. 1 pushes it to 9. He has 8 more dons, so 13. No. 1, 4 here pushes it to 9. So 11, 11. We can do that. So let's just take. No triggers. Should maybe play the triggers, actually, just to play over the tapped units. Okay, we want him to go for it. 12. We can get out of a 12, no problem. And then we've got to go for it on the clapback, of course. One for Rodo. Is it better to burn a life or not? Well, we're always swinging with something first. We can go 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. And go 4 9s, 3 9s, 2 10s. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to go 8. Because then we get an extra Don. If he double counters, then we can think about the Linlin again. Okay, he doesn't. Then yeah, he blocks 1. Take, take, take. And then he has to be able to counter a 9. Sorry, what is it now? 9, 9, 9. 9. He has to be able to counter 1, 9. Or a 10 by the end. If we burn, he's got a counter of the 5 instantly, and then an 8. So then he can go block, take, take. So it's better to just swing out, I think. Does the Perros Perro ever come up? 7-8 rush. Don't think so. Start with a 9. Yeah, so it's 9, 9, or 9, 9, 10, 11. We can keep staggering, and if he does counter, we do have the option of the Perros Perro. If I just swung the fucking unit last turn, we'd have won this game. We'd have won this game. So if I lose, this is my fault. 100% my fault. Okay, we're not playing the Perros Perro. We have 10, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 10, 11, 12. It's just what it is. If he has triple twos, he's got us. If he has triple twos and a 1, well, he blocks with that. It's promising. Let's toss Big Mum. He'll let us heal. Wow, he chose to trash and... Oh, he just had it anyway. Okay, I guess. Yeah, I guess we just lose. Never mind. It was my fault. We lost because of my mistake. I mean, his lives were like all 2Ks. She's got it crazy. Yeah, he had 2, 2, 2, 2, 1 in that 5-card hand. That's kind of gross. It explains why he was playing the way he was. If I just swung the commanders last turn, though. I don't know, maybe it's a different game, but it doesn't look like it, because he didn't find any more 8-cost Luffys. I think I'm going to chalk that loss up to my mistake. Yeah, my mistake on that one. Don't think there was... No, there was nothing, nothing else. It was just... Chose not to swing, chose to go for the starve. And then he got a lot of 2Ks in his hand at the end of the game there. Well played to our opponent. Yeah, my bad. In terms of the other options from the set, there is this smoothie. I think it's just worse than all the other sort of generic things that say heal. Resting 2, you get a heal, of course, but then your opponent has to trash a card. It's fine, but it wasn't really fitting in on any particular turn. Like, it's okay on 7, but you can also just play Katakuri on 7. And there more likely is something for you to swing into when you're on the odd curve. So the smoothie just wasn't really coming up. Brulee's an option. I wish her trigger played her, but it doesn't. It rests to 6, which can get you out of a lethal, but that's about all it's going to do. It's a shame she can't be played, but or played off trigger, but it is what it is. Charlotte Mondor I just don't think is very good, but if you are playing into a Nell, you could consider teching this. It's fine. And then this is only going to be relevant if there's stages that we really need to get rid of, which currently... I don't think there's any that are sort of good enough to warrant playing this card over the very funny trigger of Mazer Saber or the better card of Clouds. I had messed around a little bit with 6-cost Robin as an additional thing to play on 6, because you only have Katakuri and Cracker that are optimal, so I did have a couple of Robins in at one point. I'm not sure you need it. Oh, he wasn't that good. It wasn't performing that well. And there's probably also some other 2Ks that you can use, but generally the Big Mom Pirates ones are pretty good. This is your best searcher. This is just a trigger guy. And then Zeus is one of the best generic yellow 2Ks anyway. So honestly, there's not that many other cards that I would consider putting in this deck. Oh, that said, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if there's anything else that you think is really good in Linlin. I do expect this card to be quite strong. I expect this card to make a lot of players very annoyed at its playstyle. It is very, very toxic. Go forever as well. I can see there being just like best of 1 ties with this at regionals quite often because of how slow the games probably will end up being. But she's good fun. She is good fun. Thank you for watching. Drink of the day was Red Bull Ice Edition. We'll put it at the end to catch those who don't watch right to the end. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.